What's going on, all my patriots and all fellow people who live in the denizens of the United States? This is going to be a very interesting one. I'm definitely, um, I've been keeping pace with this because my job it takes me in and out of the good old colonies of the United States and abroad, and then some. And so what we're seeing is something that has come along in my state. It's not being talked about. Well, it actually is being talked about in my state. Can't speak for whatever is going on in anyone else's state, but this is something that is actually now is coming abroad. And I spoke about this a while back about how there's a mass migration or divestment of people trying to leave their leave their state, their home, just to try to get by. And when you talk about this or bring it up, it gets swept under the carpet. Everybody's like, "Oh no, no, we're leaving." The U.S. No, you're not. Majority of people don't have that type of bankroll or money to leave or to literally get out due to their financial situation. However, what's happening is that you're seeing men and women are packing up and shipping and going to different states. Namely, Northerners are going to the South. When they come down there to the South, they're getting hit and not the same fair treatment of when they come down here. Even so, to the point where now they're looking at starting a Yankee tax. This is crazy. I got to read it and look at it for a while, and it's a one-time tax fee that they're going to be doing to people who come from the north. And what they do is they'll charge them to be down here. They're going to actually, hey, like welcome down here. We're going to charge you. You got to pay a certain type of fee, and that will be it. $500. Now, I can tell you right now, for some people, man, BMT, that's not a lot of money. You got $500 sitting around? Anybody got $500 sitting around? Does it seem like that of a logical thing to do? And I'm gonna say honestly, yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna just be fair with you. For me, as that as a local here, it doesn't really bother me. It don't really bother me what they're doing. And I know they're gonna say, well, that's not fair. What if you went to a state and they did it to you? Fair enough. Then I would be at their mercy. And that's a thing that has been happening is different states have different types of ways or treatments how they treat outsiders. And we see this happening because a lot of states are hitting their capacity. And what you mean by capacity, um, they're being terraformed. They're being terraformed as to where I've seen people come down to the south because they're like, hey, like it's getting tougher on gun laws. I don't feel like I have protection, so I came down south for me and my children. Or I'm here, or I saw where people were coming down here because they didn't want to get caught in the lockdowns. That was the thing. Yeah, people coming down south because they didn't get caught in the lockdown or whatever nuances of what society had put on them. Now, looking at that now, because granted, some people or some diversities don't care because they're like, well, it's not a direct problem, but I'm like, it is because if they can pass and change up this type of law, that outsider, what's going on, Jeff? What's going on overall? Overall, shout out to your show last night. That show was amazing. That was very fun. And you're going to start seeing other states pull this. You're going to see other states do this. And the problem is a lot of people want to turn a blind eye to this type of treatment. But I remember when I went down to Florida and I had to pay that of the fees to moving into a place. Granted, I was like, wait a second, why am I picking up that of the bill for somebody who's already living here? Well, that's the bill left behind by the property. So I had to get the gas turned on. I had to do this and that. Right. I know. Florida still uses gas stoves. That caught me off guard. I did not expect to see, you know, people using gas stoves, but that's what they are. So hearing hearing all of this go on, hearing all of this go on, for you as a man or woman, I would hope you would take this serious because this is going to impact how some people are with moving, traveling, getting their life together. Um, just pretty much just trying to relocate, and you're being told that hey, you need $500 extra to maneuver. Oh, Mississippi, what's going on, Doug? Yeah, Doug, I think they're going to probably do that in North Carolina also. Mississippi government just took over the black cities court system. You're going to start seeing different things happen, but people are more so worried about other people and what they do and how they live their life, but they're living their life, whether you respect it or not. They're living their life. But what is going to affect your life is this right here. You think of this type of fund, if you think that these type of funds are going into that of building and fixing your community or society, you are a fool. You are a fool. What do you? I mean, and this is why I said, man, when it came to the shutdown, the dynamic and shift in power was night and day on the blacks and the whites in the South. The blacks were looking for that of the system to operate and work for them in their favor. While, the heavy duty conservative, doomsday prepper, whatever the hell you want to be, said, nah, you're gonna watch this government gonna start doing stuff that you're not gonna be aware to catch. And I started seeing it. I saw it with my own eyes. But hey, when you're impatient, when you want to do what you want to do, because these things are going to start coming. Mississippi already look like they're about to go back to Jim Crow. Seriously, I'm like Jesus Christ. How? And then the thing that's scary about it. How are these bills getting? Um, a lot of these bills aren't getting contested. Like, don't worry, the conservatives are going to stop them. Nope, they actually endorse it. Don't worry, the liberals they're going to make sure that we all get. No, if anything, now they're mandating, hey, go get your next shot. So whoever you think is on your team, ask yourself the question: what have they done as of late to benefit you? You haven't, have you? So this is why I say a lot of blacks they rather talk about sexual access, control, different other types of nigga shit, stupid shit. Just just looking at it from that prefix of what has already happened. I've seen this time and time again amongst that of black men. And I know some people say, oh, here goes BNT talking down on black men. No, I'm just being honest, man. Y'all are really hoping on the game bangers we're gonna come save you. Y'all were hoping that some woman would open up her door and her bosom towards that of your plight. You were thinking that there's some good. I mean, granted, the guys who came on YouTube were doing videos. I mean, shout out and respect to their hustle. I'd be wanting to have a somewhat of a gravity, binding relationship with it doesn't matter because I know and you know. As I said, this property tax is going to set back a lot of people. Well, a lot of people aren't financially literate. Uh-uh. I got to just start understanding that. Learn your lane. Sorry about that. I was taking care of some stuff. So, but yeah, y'all not going to see Y'all not gonna see none of these black folks on these panels or channels. They're not on this type of level. They're worried about sexual access. They're worried about what are black men doing, what are black women doing, some type of pick me type of shit. Versus that of, hey man, like the powers that be when it comes to that of the what's going on with children, what's going on with the laws, firearms and all this shit. Like these lawmakers are making these deals. Like these lawmakers are making these deals. They're getting these things signed, whether people want to or not. They're getting them signed, whether people want to or not, with aid and aid. And not and the problem is a lot of people are afraid to actually start bucking up against that of a system because they already know if you say something on the wrong thing on social media, slap. If you say something about that of the sexuality agenda, slap. If you talk about certain medical procedures, snap, snap. You really can't say nothing, and they did it legally on that of the media courts. They're about to ban TikTok. That's about to get banned. They already got Facebook already tapped. And y'all still talking about who going to protect the black man or black woman? I mean, I ain't protecting none of you motherfuckers. Y'all out of your fucking mind. Sound like clowns saying that dumb shit. Listen, dumb days of talk are over. These laws are getting passed. And they're going to do it with y'all with a smile. Now, the problem is, hey, it depends on who you're going to lean with or who you're going to rock with. Ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to. Who are you going to lean with? Who are you going to rock with? Who are you going to put that type of faith or trust into? Because holistically, being honest, like a lot of people don't really got that. NGL section 2030, if it leads, which I see a lot of people rooting for, all commentary channels will die. Yes, they will. I told you. See, you get it. You get it, bro. These people don't know what the hell that is. They don't. Once they already had gotten that solid off, y'all go ahead and get a snack. Okay. Okay, I'll take care of this. I'll take care of it. Thank you. Listen, see, people who don't have nothing to do with school or children don't know how drastically the education system has changed. That's why I don't really too much get bothered when people don't have children anymore. But I'm like, at this point, I mean, to be fair, I mean, the population has already gone down. So we'll probably be taking in refugees and immigrants or whatever the hell else that we can afford or get Because let's be honest, like the American stock is at an all time low. It is. So there right now it's technically, and I'm being not joking, but it's technically the immigrants keeping this afloat. They're the ones that are going to school that when you go to a nurse or a doctor, you might see a sprinkle of black folks or like I was so surprised. I went to I went to Lowe's today. Do you know how many Asians I saw working at Lowe's in South Carolina? Now the before back in the day, only time you was at was like them working at the PX on the naval base. I'm like, whoa, this is different. When did y'all get what? Oh, I had to ask, the old dude, I said, dang, when did y'all have this many Mexicans? No, Asians. Shoot, there's so many of them, boy. They're not doing the same old racial stereotypical job anymore. Mm-mm. See, just like the same way how we looked at it for that of the Latins. Everybody thought they were just going to be just doing, oh, go build me a fence, go do this, go do that. Everybody was making them kind of jokes towards them. Now look at them. They are now a political force. They're a political force you can't ignore. Y'all talking about going to, oh man, what about those people in Mexico? I'm like, listen, bro, you really think America is gonna really trip over a bunch of black that went down there? And I know y'all, oh man, look how beautiful you sound so racist. And I'm just being honest, man. Like they're gonna look at that like two gay black men and two black women, two protected classes in a sense, went down there to Florida. Mind you, who the fuck goes to Florida for plastic surgery? You acting to get your ass whooped in life. You just are. I can't feel bad for you if you go to Florida. Like you get what you get. Because understand this: when shit popped off, Florida, the first thing, I mean not Florida, Mexico. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all know, y'all, goddamn boy. Sometimes the uncultured part of me comes out. But when them, and I know y'all was a BMT, you talking about them going to Mexico. I mean, yeah, they went to Mexico. People from they went down there. A lot of these women, they go down there. A lot of these dudes get these little sex changes and stuff. And they went down there, and guess what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you right now. They weren't getting kidnapped. They were gonna get organ harvested, which is not an unfamiliar practice in that of the U.S. Hell, once you tell them, hey, they can have my organs if I die. Listen, they're not going to save you. They're not trying to save you anymore. It's all about, hey, you heard what he said. We can have his organs. They're not trying to keep you alive. So we definitely see all these things coming on the head. The men that are in incarceration, they ain't getting out no tune. Like, honestly, the way how it's going right now, it's going to be pretty dang hard for certain people now to clear that of their name. Like the system is now getting where the doors are closing on certain things that you once used to have access to, you don't. Books that you used to be able to get out of Amazon, can't even get them no more. Certain talking points or videos on social media have been removed, blacklisted, blackballed. And then let's not forget that what used to be free market internet, yeah, that right now is no longer going to be becoming free. And everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about, BMT. Listen, man, I'm not. I'm not demonetizing my channel or any kind of stuff like that for y'all. More fortune cookie agent. Listen, I was very surprised, MOT, when I was right there at Home Depot. Them dudes weren't they weren't talking. They weren't listen. The problem is this, and Black Americans, y'all need to understand this, man. What you won't do or take care of, nobody gonna beg your ass anymore. Hey, to get your shit together. Why do that when they gonna say, you know what? These Northerners are coming. We might as well get the money out of them. These immigrants are coming. Why are we gonna wait for you to fix your shit? I got to be honest. I have a better time. I have an easier time finding a non-black person to do a job than that of somebody who they're lazy. See, he has to make his money. He understands that his reputation, he needs to keep that. And you're going to start seeing that where understand this, these politicians are not going to get rid of these people. We're not going to stop these people from coming. They can't. You know how hard it is to get a house nowadays? If you are a homeowner, you might want to tell these people, like, getting a house nowadays is almost goddamn, it's literally like pulling teeth. Hmm. No, listen, I'm not getting demonetized for like, nah, bro. Listen, I survived a lot of stuff on YouTube. I know this is why it's safer to do a show by yourself sometimes. This is why it's safer. I got to be honest, y'all. Y'all better start properly learning how to do y'all shows. They're gonna get y'all up out of here, man. Them copyrights ain't gonna listen. They get a little bit tired of them copyrights. These people are now playing for keeps. Gonna start seeing who's the liability asset, and hey, y'all gonna have to learn, man. So these types of talk. This is why you're hearing all this babble about people talking about, oh man, like they're changing up our education. Yeah, you're right, because ain't like y'all taking advantage of it. They're not taking care of our veterans. Well, I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be for real. This is something that a lot of people don't want to hear. As a veteran, you can always go into a VA medical center. Anyone. All you got to know is your social security number, and all you got to know is, hey, your first and your last. Once you know all that, guess what? They can check you in. The problem is a lot of people don't want to go through the process. They don't want to help build the process. They want to benefit and eat off the process, but they don't want to contribute to that other fundamental process. So you're going to see more of that type of behavior going forward. There is nothing any of these women can say to men these days. Let me say that again. There is nothing any of the women these days can say to any of the men. These are the children. These are predominantly the bastard children of broken households. They're going to either live in a victim mentality or they're going to get their shit again. I know some people are like, man, don't call them a bastard, but that's what they are. If they literally, that's what they are. I'm starting to understand that the kangaroo court has gone way out of control. Gone way out of control. And see, it's so and as it was going to, and as it should, because understand, some people understand that these talking points are dangerous. Well, BMT is dangerous to who? Well, the idolisms. See, even China and different other countries understand that, like, there was a radio show. There was a radio show in Africa, right? That was a comedy talking about the Tutsis. Do y'all remember this? Y'all remember the media propaganda about the Tutsis, right? And they would crack jokes on them all the time. What happened after a while with the jokes and the propaganda talking points? Or look at this, and look at this, and look at this. What happened? Everybody started to villainize them where they wanted them deceased, deleted. This is why I'm very careful now how I move. Y'all gonna see, man. You're right. Everyone skips over it. All right, y'all. I'm BMT. I'll see you guys later. Peace.